Hi, I'm Anna Abbey, and I'm here. I would like to interview Ethan. Ethan, would you introduce yourself and tell a little bit about your organization?
Sure. My name is Ethan Contini-Field, and I work for an organization called TERC, T-E-R-C, and they're a math and science educational research company based in Cambridge. We're a nonprofit. Almost all of our funding... All of our funding, for the most part, comes from the National Science Foundation and other government educational grants, so we're not in anybody's pocket. TERC does a lot of things, but the project I work on is called Statistics for Action, and the Statistics for Action project is a partnership with environmental advocacy organizations that are supporting community groups, the likes of which that regulators involve in a community involvement process. And our goal is to help them better understand, analyze, and communicate about the numbers and stats and scientific concepts involved in places where people are affected by environmental contamination.
Great. Now, I sat in on your session on learning through doing, and I noticed there's a lot of really interactive models, worksheets that people could really get hands-on in terms of looking at data, analyzing data, interpreting statistics in that way. Are these things that community involvement coordinators for EPA could use in the field?
Absolutely. As I was saying in my workshop, all of our activities are available for free and online on our website, and they come in many different forms. So you can have one activity and just choose the soil version, or just the water version, or just the air version, and they're built around helping communities understand the topics. Some of them are the kinds of things that an EPA employee or other community involvement person would be able to do right there with an organization. They get their hands on it, they explore, do some of the data analysis themselves in a friendly way that doesn't move too fast and tries to make them not afraid of the data. Other activities are more, because we made them for environmental advocates, other activities are more geared towards creating messages or doing actual advocacy work, and those are the kinds of things that a regulator could send in advance for the community to do on their own, and then they could come back to the regulator and say, is this correct? Did we do this right? Is this factually accurate?
Nice. So there's a mix of resources that a community involvement coordinator can do with the community, as well as things that they could, or the RPM or other site team could send in advance to help prep the community for understanding what they're going to say in terms of their message.
That's right. And we've tried to make our materials robust enough so that they can work with multiple audiences. So, as I mentioned in our workshop, many of the activities are based around a set of strategies. For instance, strategies for challenging an average, or strategies for finding newsworthy data, or things like that. And if somebody doesn't want to do the whole activity, we've made each of those strategy sheets a standalone handout that could be sent by itself, so that you don't have to do the whole activity. We also have a set of more comprehensive sort of magazine-style guides for helping people understanding water quality testing, soil quality testing, hazardous waste remediation, and those are good for places where you don't necessarily have meeting time, or you've got a very large group or a very small group. You might not do an activity, but you might have an opportunity to have them read something in advance, so that a lot of the basic questions are answered before the meeting
Wonderful.
Actually starts.
And you mentioned also in your session that there are teaching guides that you've developed so that you can help get people to the point of providing these activities for communities.
That's right. All of the activities come with a facilitator page that coaches the facilitator on how to use them, when they might want to use them, what kind of background information people are going to want to have, what all the different versions are, and tips on where people tend to get tripped up, that particularly if you read data all the time and you tend to skip over steps, there are little notes for the facilitator saying, don't skip over this, because people get tripped up on it.
Wonderful. Well, this sounds like an excellent resource for all of our community involvement coordinators, or anybody who works with communities on environmental issues. And all of these things are available for free on your website, correct?
That's right.
Which is?
sfa.terc.edu.
Thank you.